Hi, I'm Destiny. Welcome back to Wishful Thinking. I have a confession to make. I'm an atheist. Just starting it off strong. I'm an atheist. If you don't know what an atheist is, I'm actually going to look it up to read the definition. An atheist is someone who does not believe in the existence of a god or gods or the afterlife. That's not on the definition, but that's also part of it. I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe we go anywhere when we die. I believe you just die. I just believe you die. And I'm just gonna start from the beginning of when I started to not believe in any religions. And it started when I was around 15 and I had an existential crisis and I started to freak the fuck out. I was like, I'm literally gonna fucking die someday. And why isn't anybody else freaking out about the fact that they're gonna die? Why aren't we freaking out about this? That's crazy. That's insane. And I was freaking out about it. And every day I would wake up and just have this dooming feeling that I'm gonna die. And that went on for a whole month. And that's when I actually started to really get into religion. So I was praying to God every night and I was doing the whole shebang and I was really because I was literally just afraid of dying. And so this went on for a good month and a half of me just being scared shitless of death. And because really, I always believed since I was a kid that when you die, you just die. And the best way I describe it to people is, that when you go to sleep, right? But you don't dream of anything and you're kind of in a state of nothingness. That's what I think death is like. It's just nothingness. Now, you might be thinking, that is the scariest fucking thing anyone could ever possibly ever fucking say. And that's, yeah. And that's kind of why I got into the crisis to begin with. Because I was like, well, that can't be it. That can't be it, there has to be more. But then I started to really think about it. And I'm like, why should there be more? For one. For two, I don't know why I was getting so carried away with death when I'm living right now. And I was literally a kid. I was 15 freaking out about this. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I do believe that nothing happens. There's nothing I can do to prevent myself from dying. It's inevitable. It's going to happen to everybody. Why am I so caught up in this? Then I really got started. Oh, I have water here. Let's move that so I don't fucking knock it over. Sorry. There's this really big misconception that atheists hate people that are religious. And that's literally not the case at all. Personally, for me, as an atheist, I look at other people who believe in God, and I think it's such a beautiful thing that it's so diverse. And that there's so many different religions out there, so many different beliefs. And to me, I see that as a very beautiful thing. And I love that people have hope in faith. And I love how people can believe in whatever they want to, whether or not they believe in reincarnation or an afterlife or anything like that. I think that's so great for them. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. However, for me personally, what I believe is that nothing happens. We're just living organisms and we're going to die just like any other fucking organism anywhere. And that's just, for me, that's just the truth of it. You know? And you might be sitting to yourself thinking, that's the scariest thing that could be the truth, though. And it is. But that's why I think it's the truth. Or at least that's what I think happens. Because inherently, we are scared of death. We avoid death at all costs all the time. And why are we so afraid if there is an afterlife? Right? So in my opinion, it's well, that's because when we die, we don't exist anymore. That's why we're so afraid. And that's just my thought process and why I believe what I believe. And there's, again, no scientific proof to back it up. So it even furthers my belief. And I'm like, I don't think there is. And that's totally okay. That's totally fine. And I'm not bashing anyone who thinks there is, because that's fine. And there doesn't really have to be proof. That's fine. For me, there has to be proof, though. And I don't see the proof. And I can't, you know what I mean? How I think of it is I'm not afraid of death, but I am afraid of how I'm going to die. That's because I don't know, and that kind of scares me. And I'm hoping it's of old age. That's all I can hope for. But I don't know. And that's the scary part for me. And also how I look at it is I'm not the only one that's going to die. It makes it less scary because everybody else is going to die as well. It's not just me. So, you know, it might as well, like, even if there is an afterlife, because again, like, I don't think there is, but even if there is an afterlife, like, why would I worry about an afterlife when I have the life I have now? You know? Like, I'm just going to focus on the one I have now. And then when I get there, I get there. There's this, like, big misconception, again, that, like, atheists, like, judge other people for believing in, like, a god or multiple gods or the afterlife or ghosts or whatever. And it's just, like, I don't. And I love learning about what they believe. And I love, like, the culture that surrounds certain religions. And I love how it does bring people together. And I love that. I really, truly do. I just, personally, for me, I don't believe that there is a God. People have asked me if I would date someone who is, like, Christian or Muslim or Jewish or whatever. And it really just depends. Like, I really don't care what you believe in. Well, I do to an extent. Like, if you're a Satanist and you're like, everyone should die, you know, kind of like that. Like, oh, but I don't judge Satanists either. Crazy, I know. I don't, like, believe what you want. That's all just believe what you want. Like, I'm not trying to hate y'all. I'm just saying, like, you know, if someone's running around saying you should die, I don't think, like, I'm not gonna fuck with that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, for me, I just, like, I just don't. I really don't. And I don't need any debate lords in my comments at all. Get the fuck out of here. I don't need any debate lords in my comments about how, like, you're actually wrong because the Bible says God is real. Like, okay, calm down. Calm down. Believe what you want. And, like, me saying, like, I don't believe that anything happens and we're not going to go anywhere and we just die and God doesn't exist and whatever. Again, that's just my belief. I'm not saying that they're, like, I don't know. Like, I can't say for a fact, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. That's just my belief. Like, I don't know. I haven't died before. How the fuck am I going to know? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, would it be cool if there was an afterlife? Sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I really don't think there is. So I'll just know when I get there. And it's just, that's my belief. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I really don't. Some people do. And you know what? That's fine. That's your opinion. That's cool. But I'm not hating you for believing in Sky Daddy. You know? Like, I'm not judging you, you know? And atheists get such a bad rap. And a lot of people think atheists believe in Satan. For one, I don't even think Satan exists. So there's that. So, no, I don't worship the devil. I don't worship the devil, nor would I want to worship the devil or any other religious figure because I am an atheist. I'm just like, I'll say I'm an atheist and like people's reaction instead of like being, oh, okay, is if you're not watching the video, it was, I just made a shocked face. But what I'm saying is like, they act so shocked about it. And it's like, they're like, they clutch their pearls. And I'm like, calm down. This is so dramatic. This is insane. You're going to hell. Okay, well, good. I hope so, because I want to be far away from you, babe. I don't know what to tell you, you know? but I've had like a solicitor come to my door, and I told him, like, he's like, would you mind if I read this thing from the Bible? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm an atheist. And he was like, oh, why? And I was like, I don't know. And he was really on my like case about it. He was like, well, did you know that like it's the end times and like God is like gonna end things again? And I was like, is he now? All right. Okay. He's like, it's unfortunate that you don't believe and you're not a believer, and I'm gonna pray for you. And I'm like, me too. I'll pray for you too. Like, it's not like I want there to be nothing after death, because that's really scary. But that's why, again, that is one of the reasons why I think that, you know what I mean? I do think that your universe in some form does have a consciousness. And my reasoning for that is that I feel like we are the universe experiencing itself. Like, literally we are. So I think in some form, the universe does have a consciousness. But other than that, I really don't think there's like a higher power. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I have talked about how like the universe wills it and whatever. Usually when I say that, I'm like, it's whatever. I'm like, whatever happens, happens in the way it happens, because I don't really have control over it. So it's like, whatever, So I do think in some form there is some type of phenomenon that happens, but I don't necessarily think that it's like spiritual. If that makes any sense. I hope to God I'm making to God. See, and here's the other thing that people clock me on. When I like say like, oh my God, or like phrases like what I just said, I have grown up around people who are religious who use those phrases constantly. So when you grow up with those phrases being said, you're going to say them. I don't believe in God. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? And people clock me on that all the time. Stop it. Like, it's hee hee ha ha, but it's like that's not a good debate point. Like, people try to debate me on it, and they're like, oh, you said that. That's interesting. Like, grow up. For a little while, though, I was almost believing tarot for a while. A little while. That shit, I think is bullshit. I think it's bullshit. And it sucks because, like there's tarot readers on my fucking For You page, and they're like, ooh, this person's thinking about you, or, oh, your ex is coming back, or, oh, all this thing. And I'm like, I'm gonna literally jump off a fucking cliff if I have one more fucking tarot reader on my fucking For You page feeding into my delusions. I will do something about that. Like, I like, it really, really irks me. And it's like, oh, all your dreams are going to come true. Oh, fucking screw you. Like, ugh. Like, that is so sad. Like, people are on there making money. You know what? Kind of get the bag. I kind of get it. Get the bag. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. What a weird hobby, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. Sorry. I know it's controversial. I don't know. Believe what you want. I just don't believe these tarot readers for the most part, especially on my For You page. Like, every other scroll, like, as if they know anything about my life, and they're like, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna do this, and if you see 1111 or some of these numbers, or if you pick a rock and whatever rock you choose is for you, like, what will I sit through it and listen to it? Yes, but it's trying to feed into my delulu is what I'm saying. So, like, I don't believe it. Like, I don't believe it. But, it's kind of traumatizing. Anyway, getting off topic. But, yeah, that's what I believe. So, I would label myself as an atheist. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry if you're watching the video. The sun is setting, and it's setting, like, right behind my window. So, it's, like, all blurry. So, the quality is absolute trash. Okay, I switched it back to my door. If you're not watching the video and just listening, you're so confused right now. And that's fine. You can be confused. If you ever wondered what I believe in, that's what I believe in. And a lot of people don't like assume that I'm Christian because my relatives are, I have friends who are, whatever. What can I say? But I'm not like a religion hater, okay? So I just want to get people to stop thinking that, because there are some atheists out there who like are like hate people just because they're religious. I've seen it too. Don't worry. But like think the majority of atheists like don't really necessarily care. For the most part, like we're basically like, okay, believe what you want. I don't care. That's just what I believe. And that's that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. So thank you so much for listening. If you want, you can follow me at Destiny Default, DUFAULT, on Instagram. I almost spelled my own last name wrong. That would have been funny. Or you can follow this podcast at Wishful Thinking Podcast, also on Instagram. I don't know where I was gonna like try to get my cat in the video, but I don't know where he is. So we're just gonna end it here. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you tune in to the next one. Thanks. All right, I'm leaving now. Bye.